My chest used to be one of my worst body parts. It was as flat as a cutting board. And now, somehow, 3 years later, it's become one of the body parts I've gotten the most compliments for. And yeah, so I told you, my chest used to be really, really flat. So I don't think the fact that my chest grew to the level it is right now is only genetics. I think a big part of it is just that I trained correctly for a long time. Like, of course, my training wasn't perfect. I made a lot of mistakes. I failed at different things. But there were some things that I did that worked really well to really transform my chest. So, yeah, I would say if I had to give myself, my younger self, at least a framework to really optimize his chest training routine, it would probably be this. So, first, choose two exercises for your chest, maybe three, but two would work well. One exercise that biases the upper chest, and one that biases the lower or middle chest. So it could be incline bench press and flat bench press, or incline dumbbell press and then dips, or maybe like a machine press that kind of points up for the upper chest, and then deficit push-ups. It could be anything, but choose two. I would say even choose four, so that you have two workouts in a week, and each workout has different exercises. That would be better for variation. And then I would say that's a big part of it, and then you can maybe add a third one. But more isn't always better. So you could add a third exercise, like maybe like a fly or something like that. But more isn't always better. Maybe just choosing two exercises and really focusing on them could already work really, really well. And you could add a third one, but it's not always going to be better. And then another tip I can give you is to focus on the big stretch. That's something I've been focused on, especially with chest. I've been really, really focused on the stretch of the movement on every exercise I do, even for other body parts. But I think that's something that helped me a lot with my chest. Really going all the way down, controlling the eccentric, and just finding exercises where the stretch is amazing. Like, for example, one of the exercises that I do is dips, for example. And dips, most people just go below, just go to parallel on dips, and some people don't even go to parallel. I go so deep that my shoulders come close to touch my hands, literally that deep. And the stretch of my chest is just amazing on dips. Or even when I do incline dumbbell press, I go so deep that the dumbbells literally come close to touching my bicep. That's how deep I go on these exercises. And that does just give me an amazing stretch, and the mind muscle connection is also amazing. And the delayed onset soreness afterwards is really, really good. Like, I feel my chest being sore for days afterwards by just really focusing on the stretch and really finding exercises that allow me to get that deep stretch. I do this with every body part, but especially on chest. That's why I don't really like to do flat bench press, to be honest. I do flat barbell bench press because I find the range of motion is good. I'm not saying it's a bad exercise, but I really like to get that extra stretch on my chest. So the exercises I do for my chest are mostly dumbbell incline press, dips, um, incline press with the barbell. But incline, you can already get like a deeper range of motion than with flash bench press. The range of motion is actually deeper. That's why I like it. And I also do chest press. And I'm the machine in my gym allows me to go a little bit deeper than on the bench press, like even deeper. So I really like it. And another exercise I don't do right now, but I enjoy doing in the past, deficit push-ups. Deficit push-ups, you can use like those yoga pads and put them on your hands, because the push-up itself, yeah, it's fairly good, but it's fairly easy for most people that are already intermediate. And the range of motion, like, you're limited, like on the bench press. You can't go that extra stretch. So just putting some, it could be those those small yoga pads, or you could even put just plates on the ground and then put your hands on it, and getting that extra amazing stretch on the deficit push-ups. It's just something I've done. I tried it for the first time with my brother whilst we were training in Spain, and I just loved it. It was amazing. I'm not doing it right now, but maybe I'm gonna add it back into my program in the future after my next deload. But it's a really good exercise. So those were the two, I would say, big training tips that I could give you. And on technique, make sure you always stretch, you always pause at the most stretched position. Like, for example, on bench press, you take a small pause here. Don't let the bar like dump into your chest, but take a pause here while staying, I would say, active in the movement. Don't let just the bar sink into your chest. Just stop it here while it's touching, like it's barely touching your chest, you know. And yeah, I think that's a good way to maybe avoid injury and also get maybe even a little bit more hypertrophy from the movement. So those were the training tips I'll give you. And the third one, just eat in a caloric surplus. It's not specific for chest, but just in general, if you want to build muscle, you want to grow, you want to get bigger, eat more. Eat in a caloric surplus. Gain like 1 kilogram or maybe 1.5 kilogram per month, or maybe even 0.5 kilogram per month for like 6 months or 1 year. And if you really do the things, really choose the right exercises, you really use good form, deep stretch, slow eccentric, pull at the end of the eccentric, I'm sure your chest will get bigger. I'm 100% sure of that. And I have an advantage when it comes to my morphology. I have very long, like my arms are very long, very, very long. So literally every exercise, every chest exercise that I do, every pushing exercise that I do, I'm forced to go to a deeper range of motion because of how long my arms are. So even on push-ups, I'm forced to go on a deeper range of motion. Dips, same thing. Incline press, same thing. I'm forced to go to that deeper range of motion because of how long my arms are. So that gives me an advantage when it comes to building my chest. But it actually makes me weaker at pressing movements. So my bench press, because I have to go like to a full, like an even fuller range of motion because of my long arms, I'm not able to beat it necessarily. It makes the exercise more difficult for me. Difficult from a strength perspective, but it's actually better for hypertrophy at least. So maybe that's an advantage that I had. But yeah, you have no excuses. If you have shoulder arms, don't worry, just use deficits. If you do push-ups, do like a deficit. And on dumbbell press, if you have dumbbells, you can do like go even deeper. Don't just stop at the shoulders, or maybe some people like stop here and then they wonder why they don't really feel my muscle connection. Go all the way down. Try to even touch your bicep with the dumbbell. And if you have like the chance of having a camber bar, like those bars with a thing like this, where you can go extra deep on exercise like bench press, you better be fucking using it. I don't have the chance of having it in my gym. But if you have that bar in your gym, like the camber bar, it's just such a big advantage. So use it. But yeah, that was pretty much it. Hope you found this valuable. If you want more help from me, and you eventually might want to fitness coaching, then click the first link in the description. Don't worry from discomfort, chase it.